So today I shot a whole property, and quite a nice one at that, with the Panasonic GH4. I shot it in 1080p at 50 frames a second because that's something I can't do on my Canon 5D Mark II. So the fact that I can get 50 frames a second means I have the ability to slow it down even more so I get smoother footage. And it's the field of view that I've got is a little bit wider than what I've got on the Canon as well. However, I'm looking at the images just now, so I'm going to have to see how well I can edit them. I shot them in the movie setting, where you've got the option of CineD or CineV. I did it in CineD. I imagine the D stands for dull, because it really makes the actual video file as flat as you can. I put sharpening down as well, so it was a very plain image. And as you can see straight at the camera, they seem pretty dull. I shot the whole house, changing the white balance for whichever rooms I was in, and all that kind of stuff. And the ISO was around about, for example, this one, the ISO was only around about 500. For the upstairs ones, that was around about 800 or 1000, I think, for those shots. So here's just a quick view of what I think of the shot. So straight out the camera, what I can say is it looks darker than it seemed like on the back of the screen of the camera. So it looks like this is where looking at the histogram, the live histogram will be more beneficial, because I normally like to have it in the upper third rather than in the middle. Here, it really, like histogram wise, it'd be in the middle. In fact, if we have a little look at that, so yeah, as you can see on this view that we've got here, we can see that it's down. So I would normally have all these up to the right. So if I were to go to exposure, I would want them more around about there. But look at how dead that image is. So if it's having up there, I'd bring the blacks down a good bit. But wow, I actually straight away certainly with this flat profile, you've got a lot of room to play around with. I'm going to bring the highlights up, midtones down to the touch, but the blacks down a little bit as well. White balance is totally off. However, it was meant to be warm, so if I go over to the reds and bring that down, bring the red, that's the red and the green, that just sucks ass. Let's see if I just bring a bit more of the blue in. See, that to me doesn't quite look like how it was in the location. If I get them, let's see. So that's kind of saying what the white balance should be. Bullshit. That is not, it was not white. Yeah, so that's the thing. White balance isn't always correct. Don't think, oh, it's white, because this room wasn't white. It was a nice, lovely, warm color like that. But I'm actually, originally I was thinking, damn, it's not looking that great. But straight away, I'm thinking that's come out pretty damn nice. If we go back to where we don't see the color correction, so off to on, off to on, that looks pretty darn good. However, that's in a still image, and it looks like there's some pretty nasty noise going on here. So I'm going to let this render out and see how well it actually looks once it's video, in terms of the noise that we see in the shadows, which from the looks of it, even here already, looks like it might be a bit gash. Here's another room, dining room again, very flat. So let's just see. So here's the histogram again over at the side here. There's another option I like to see sometimes, Vectrosc. No, not that one. Waveform. That looks cool. You only ever have this on your screen if there's other people in your office and you want to look like you're doing something super cool which other people couldn't understand what you're doing. So put that on, everyone's like, boom, that's awesome. And change it from the Luma so it's in the RGB parade. Everyone's like, boom, what is that? That's awesome, can I have a go? And effectively all that is playing around with saturation, colors, and exposure. So as you can see, you can effectively do the whole image just playing around with this. I want the brights to be a bit brighter, the darks to be a bit darker, and there's a lot more kind of something going on there. So if I just bring the master file to a little bit there, so we're getting, like there, we've got them equalized in height, but that is crap. So if we bring it back down, like we have it there, ooh, totally wrong. All the blue's gone. But let's see, if we bring it about there, that looks good. And exposure-wise, does that look good? Let's see, just bring it up a touch. And the blacks down a little. So the bottom line is where your blacks are. As you can see, the blues are becoming just like super black. So the blues are these bright bits outside. Let's see if we bring them up a little bit more there. Yeah. Saturation. Could always bring the saturation down. That actually kind of equalizes it, but that looks dull as anything. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. Again, pretty happy with how that looks straight out of the video. What I'll do is I'll just render these two shots. I'll do one where it's no color correction or anything, and the bits with it color corrected, and I'll just put that at the end of this video. So far, in terms of the ability to play around with the exposure, the contrast, the brightness, the saturation, looks good on this tiny little screen. How it looks on once it's actually outputted at 1080p may not be quite as good, certainly in terms of noise. In fact, if I were just to play it here, yeah, you're seeing a lot of noise in like the TV screen there. But that one not so bad. Again, a lot of noise on the sofa there. This one not so bad. So maybe I just need to, maybe I just push this one too much. In fact, I'll just exposure, actual exposure down. Where do I want the midtones? I think I just get the brights, midtones down, and those blacks really down. Okay, I'm going to export that and put that at the end of the video. So this is what the video footage looks like from the Panasonic GH4.